So moving on now to video number 2, I'm now going to be talking you through what I ate on Christmas Day. So as you all know, I like my cooking, but around Christmas time, I've actually been, for the last couple of days, because I've been feeling fairly groggy and kind of tired and I hate being tired, But yeah, I've been a bit out of it, and the shops have been really busy, and it's just like my routine's all messed up. So not the most, kind of rather stressful actually. So I've been eating. I haven't been doing much cooking lately. I've been doing less cooking than I normally do, which is kind of a bit ironic because while most people, if you like, are doing their kind of extravagant Christmas dinners and all of that, I'm kind of what's the word? I'm kind of reverting. I'm sort of cooking more out of cans and things like that. So I've been having a lot of Heinz soups lately. Quite different to my usual fare, just because it's the most stressful time of year, and I just can't be asked for doing anything. At one point, I was thinking whether or not I just have baked beans or something at Christmas. It's so ridiculous because I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to go into all the shops because they'd be so busy. As it so just I did manage to get enough, because I went just when the shop was opening, and I was in and out really quickly. But yeah, I have been scaling back a bit, but I still managed to do a nice breakfast for Christmas. I wouldn't say this is my favourite muesli, having tried it, but it was interesting and nice enough. This was a Waitrose recipe. If I find a link, I'll try and post it down below. It was Waitrose recipe. It was clementine, cranberry, and pecan bircher muesli. You have to make this the night before, and then you store it in the fridge overnight, and then it's ready for you to go in the morning. All you do is you combine oats, grated apple. I just used a quarter of a grated apple, and I just ate the rest. Milk, about the same amount of milk you'd normally use if you're making porridge. So that's I don't know. You might want to use, because you add milk and you also add clementine juice. So what I did was I added about, something like 150 mils of clementine juice in the West milk. But obviously, you can experiment and play around with liquid because it's a very individual thing. I use Gold Top milk because I thought I'd treat myself. Gold Top, for those of you who are not in the UK and you don't know what that is, Gold Top is basically really, really creamy milk. So it's full fat milk, but it's extra creamy. I think the cows are actually I gave them Guernsey. I'm not entirely sure, I'd have to double check. But anyway, the milk that they produce is very, very creamy. It is also unhomogenised as well, so the cream rises to the top like it did in the olden days, so it's pretty cool. So you put all that together, pumpkin seeds, and a segmented clementine, some dried cranberries, a little pinch of ground cinnamon, some maple syrup, and yoghurt. Now with the yoghurt, you can either use Greek or coconut or soya yoghurt, any yoghurt really. I used vanilla coconut yoghurt from the Koyo company. So you mix that all in together and you put it in the fridge overnight. Then in the morning, you top it with toasted pecans that you toast in the morning. If you like, you can add a few more dried cranberries and another clementine segment scattered over. I served it in that bowl I showed you in the first video, which I christened the other day. That's when I finally unwrapped it from Amazon. It was exactly what I was getting, which is great. I did actually have that again for breakfast this morning, but this morning I actually heated it up like I would porridge, because I thought when I had it straight out of the fridge I found it a little bit too cold, and I was wanting something a bit warmer at this time of year. It'd be nice in the summer like that, but this morning I warmed it up, and that also I think brought out the flavours a little bit more as well, so I warmed it up a bit like a porridge this morning. So that was alright. I wouldn't say it's my favourite is porridge, but it was quite Christmassy, and yeah, it was nice enough. So that's what I had for breakfast the other day. And then for lunch, and I had it again today, because I've got this recipe card from Waitrose. I pick these up, I collect them, because I love my recipe cards. This one, salmon, avocado and poached egg muffins. So what you do, this is dead simple. Got some just bog standard white muffins I put in the freezer, took one out, defrosted it, and then what you do is, in a large frying pan, I just used a regular frying pan because I was only doing one, over a low heat, you pour in a kettle full of just boiled water. The water should be hot and steaming, but with no bubbles rising to the surface. One at a time, you're keeping them well spaced apart, you crack in the eggs. I used 2 yesterday, but today I just used 1. And then you poach them for 2 to 3 minutes till the whites are set, but the yolks are still soft. I find it's quite an art, poaching eggs. I don't like poached eggs that runny. It's funny because I like boiled eggs a little bit runny, but with poached eggs I'm not so keen on runny poached eggs. So I like to cook it a bit longer than that. So I think I did it for like about 6 minutes or something. But it can be quite difficult poaching them perfectly, and it's like an art really. It takes a bit of time to get it right. But I was alright today. You lift them out with a slotted spoon. Yeah, and then you set them aside to drain on kitchen paper. You split open the muffins and toast. Then you put slices of avocado on top of that, followed by smoked salmon. I hardly ever have smoked salmon that often really, so it's a bit of a treat. You put smoked salmon on top of them, and then you put a poached egg. And then in a bowl, you swirl chilli sauce for yogurt. I didn't use chilli sauce because I'm not really that keen on chilli. I used paprika instead. You could use chilli powder. You could use whatever you like, really. Or you could just use yogurt on its own. And then spoon that over the eggs. The yogurt is just natural yogurt. And then you serve with lime wedges squeezed over. So that's what I had for lunch yesterday today. And then for milk the other day, not exactly traditional. I don't really eat meat. But actually, I wouldn't say I'm a vegetarian. I'll be being disingenuous if I said I was a strict vegetarian. Because I'm not. Because very occasionally I might have, say, a little bit of meat in a can of Heinz soup, you know. Very occasionally, however, we're talking like, say, once a year, so, and that's like hardly any meat, is it? So, yeah, I am, I guess you could call me a vegetarian, but not a strict one. You know, I'm not a strict one, I'm not a total one. You know, I do have a little bit of leniency now and again where I might have a very brief foray into the world of meat, very tiny little bit. But yeah, I'm not a meat eater. I don't eat poultry. So I did not have a traditional Christmas dinner, and that's absolutely fine with me because I don't even really particularly like traditional Christmas dinners anyway. So what did I have? Well, I had a pie. This was a bit of a treat for me because I hardly ever have pies, so a little bit, you know, not something I have hardly ever. And it was just a pie minster, roast parsnip, cheddar and leek pie. It was okay. Funnily enough, I had that last Christmas as well. I completely forgot I had it last Christmas, so it's funny, it's like history repeating itself. I guess it's like a festive pie. Christminster, I think it says on the packet. Like Christmas pie. It was okay, it was quite heavy, as I guess you would expect. Not something I'd have every day, but again, you know, it's Christmas, so a little bit different. And I just had it with, so yeah, it's vegetarian, so I just had it with mashed parsnips, sprouts, and the sprouts I cooked and then I finished off in a frying pan, because what I did was I fried some almond flakes, put those to one, in a little oil, put those to one side, and then I sautéed some garlic and dried cranberries. I boiled the sprouts for like about 5 minutes or so, and then I finished them off in a frying pan with some lemon juice as well. You know, I just added that on the side. It was alright. So that's, and also I had a little bit of chocolate yesterday, nothing excessive. I just had some chocolate discs. I'll just show you quickly. Here they are. Some of these, yeah, Swiss chocolate discs. I've been knowing these since childhood. Every Christmas, kind of a bit of a tradition. I've only had about a couple of them. And I had a chocolate Father Christmas, the one I showed you in my previous video that got in Brighton, and I had one festive shortbread star, and that was okay. Alright, it's alright. So yeah, so that's kind of what I had. I'm very controlled with my eating. It's funny that I haven't always been controlled with my eating. As a child, it was complete opposite. I don't know. Eventually, I acquired this kind of control over eating. It might be partly for where I was brought up. Like my mum was always very strict about how many chocolates we were allowed to have, and I think that's kind of been gradually instilled to me with age. So I have become the paragon of control when it comes to eating. People often laugh about it because I have this massive stash of food, and it could take me till the end of January and February to eat through it. While other people are picking out. I never pick out, at least not anymore. So I'm very controlled. That's one of my, I guess it's one of my qualities that maybe I can be a little bit proud of, because not everyone has that control, right, over food. So yes, I love my food, but I am very lagom with it. I'm very balanced. Lagom is a Swedish philosophy, which I might talk about in another video because I've been reading a book about it lately. But yeah, I guess I'm naturally quite lagom anyway. Everything with me is quite controlled, so yeah. Anyhow, so I hope you've had a good Christmas. For those who love Christmas, you probably don't need to be, you probably naturally enjoy it anyway. For those like me who don't particularly like Christmas, you know you're not alone. I told you I don't like it. You know, just remember this, it will all be over soon. We're almost through it. I'm not looking forward to the New Year celebrations because I hate fireworks and I expect to be very tired come New Year. But you know, I'm prepared for that. It's only once a year. and you know that once you're through that, the end is in nigh. You still got to get through a week and a half. Yes, grinning and bearing it like a stoic sage. Chocolate gets you through. Obviously, my lagom approach, little and often. I haven't actually had any yet, other than a healthy chocolate naked bar, which is basically just whole food, but I might have a little chocolate later on. So yes, a little bit of chocolate every now and again doesn't do any harm. Just kind of take it easy. Ensure you do what you like. Treat yourself every now and again. I have my treat Thursday to look forward to. I might do a video on that because that's treat Thursday tomorrow. I'll treat myself to something. So yeah, so just remember, treat yourself. Take it little and often, and you will get through, even though it's difficult. And just remember, January will come, and it will be a lot quieter once the crowds go home. So just keep that in mind. Anyhow, I'll be doing my video as usual next Wednesday, so I look forward to speaking to you then. So thank you for watching.